Hey guys, it's time for another 112 combo shootout. This time, the venerable Fender 65 Princeton Reverb Reissue. This is in a Knotty Pine cabinet. It has a Jupiter 12LC speaker, and next to it is a Lewis Electric Columbia, also a Pine cabinet, also a Jupiter speaker. The Lewis does have the added mid-range switch. I've set these up where they're comparable volumes, and I want to listen for the differences. I believe the Lewis preamp circuit is very akin to a Princeton circuit, but it has premium components. It has a more stout power transformer, so when pushed, it will deliver a lot more. But for now, let's have a listen. We'll start out on the Princeton. That's the Princeton. Here's the Columbia. That was the neck pickup. Now I'm going to go to, sorry, I realize I've cut off my head here in this video, but I wanted to get the recorder a little bit more on the plane of the amps. Now I'm going to go to the middle pickup position. This is a 63 Fender Custom Shop Telecaster. I'll start on the Columbia and then we'll go to the Princeton. That's the Columbia. Here's the Princeton. For the recorder, I'm taking the volume down so I can dig in a little more. Alright, and the reverbs are courtesy of the amplifiers. I've got them set about similar in terms of how they sound. Here's the Columbia. Just tweaking the treble just a hair. It's right about 6. Listen Nice reverb. Let's listen to that on the Princeton. That was the Lewis. Really similar reverb. Close. The treble is between 5 and 6. The volume is between 4 and 5 on the Princeton. And the bass is just a little bit above 2. Reverb is on 3. That's the Princeton. Here's the Columbia. That's the Columbia. Man, tight horse race. Now again, the Columbia, when pushed and with that mid-range control, can deliver a lot more punch output than the Princeton. I've had this Princeton for a long time, and at the volume 4 to 5, it's just right. At 5, it's awesome, but then it starts to get squishy as you push it. The Columbia does hold together a little bit more. Now I'm going to play a loop and I'll solo over it and let you hear a solo over the loop, because that's what I do live a lot. And again, sorry for my cut off head. Maybe it's better this way. That's the Columbia. Here's the Princeton. one more time on the Columbia. No dog in the race. Boy, Fender seems to have actually a little bit more baked in mid-range. There's no mid-range control, so it's specifically voiced with whatever they did in the circuit, where I can change the mid-range on the Lewis Electric. Right now the mid-range, I have it on 3, so it's pretty low. That's on 3. Here's the lowest. Hear how it gets leaner, it gets a little fatter with more mids. And I'm wondering if some of that's just built into the circuit over here on the Princeton. So don't let the numbers dictate what your ears might otherwise tell you. That sounds more balanced to me. That's on 3. Let's take it up to 4. Now, the more mids I add, it actually gets a little bit louder because of the way the mids push. Here's the Princeton. I might have the Princeton a little louder in the room. Hard to say. Let me take this up on the Lewis. Maybe so. I'm going to take the Lewis up to 4 on its volume range. Both amps have 6 V6 power tubes. That's nice. Yeah, just going up to 4 from like 3, 3.5. Added a bit of boost. Here's the Princeton. I think I have a more volume match now. There's a little voicing difference, but man, they're close. With the exception that, again, I think the Lewis is going to deliver more punch when I hit it with drive. It's going to stay together tighter. And the Lewis can also, I don't mean to sound like I'm selling the Lewis, but it does bring a little bit more to the equation. It's a little bit bigger cabinet. You can bias it for 6L6 power tubes. For what that's worth, I like the sound of 6 Vs, and this is enough volume for me for what I do. But that's there if you want it. That's the Princeton. Here's the Lewis. Actually sounds closer now. I think maybe I did not have them dialed in. Because again, the volume on the Fender is almost at 5. On the Lewis, I just took it up to 4. probably would take the reverb down a little bit, but it sounds really good. All right, here's the Princeton. Now, it's funny, when I'm digging in and pushing the Princeton, it sounds great, but it's starting to get a little of that saggy squish, which is cool when you want it, but if you need it to stay punchy, pure, and clean, I'm feeling the Columbia is going to bring a little bit more of that, and I can modulate my touch to get it a little bit lighter. That's the Princeton. Here's the Lewis. Now I'm hearing more mid-range in the Lewis. Let me take that down just a touch to 3.5. I have the tone control almost wide open. I would probably take that down, maybe even drop the treble now that I've got a little more volume. Wow, really hard pressed to make a call here, other than they both sound inspiring. I will demonstrate this. Check this tremolo out. That's with the intensity on 4. This is the Lewis. Let me take the intensity up to 6. It can get really, really throbby, which is cool. Here's, now the interesting thing, and the speed on the Princeton is at its lowest setting is faster. Here's 6 on the intensity on the Princeton. Now I'm hearing the amp break up. A very cool sound, but if you need that to stay clean and louder and do it, that's where it starts to break up. Here's the Lewis. It's a punchier tremolo. It's not quite as saggy, but it's a great sound. Cool. And again, you can lower the intensity or you can make it really throbby. Here's the Princeton. Time on a Lewis, and then we'll call this a wrap. 65 Princeton Reverb Reissue. This is one of the best 65 reissues I've heard. Maybe it's the Pine cabinet. It does have a 12-inch Jupiter speaker. The cool thing is the speakers are identical in both of these amps. One of the reasons I put the Jupiter in this Princeton was because I heard it in the Lewis and I thought, man, that is a really good fit for that amp. It gives it a little bit more punch and fullness. And what do you guys think? Welcome your thoughts and comments. If you enjoyed the channel, please subscribe, ring the bell, and you'll get notified when I make new videos. I'm posting a bunch lately because I'm going through a lot of roundabouts with 112 combos, Fender Teles. You can see another Tele in the background. There's a Nocaster behind me. So hope you guys are doing well. Look forward to your comments.